Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day, my oh my, it is Friday. 17th day of October 2025. I am Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Friday. You get a 5-star show today. 5 stars or double your television viewing pleasure back. That's how confident we feel about putting together a good show for you today. I mean, you know, one good show a week, that ain't bad. I am Dan Kuntz, your host. It is 48 degrees, a lot warmer than it was 24 hours ago when I got up. At 3, it was 56 degrees in the Wenatchee Valley at 3 o'clock in the morning. This cooled down. Keep in mind, our forecast today is about 59, so very mild start to the day. There's going to be a weak system going to come in today, this afternoon, and into the evening hours. It's going to be a little breezy, no rain today. The big weather event is going to be Saturday night into Sunday. We have about a 70% chance of measurable rain. Midnight Saturday to about 8 o'clock Sunday morning. Bring on the rain. That's what I say. A little bit of snow in the mountain passes, not too bad. Those details are coming up. News, yes, because, well, we do that thing. Sports, lots. You know what happens to the Mariners. There will be at least 6 games in the American League Championship Series. Blue Jays knocked off the Mariners again. Max Scherzer looked pretty good. Now you know why he's going to the Hall of Fame. But, you know, now we're tied, 2 games apiece. We'll have all of that. Lots of prep to talk about. It's Friday. It's October. That's part and parcel. A Mike Minotti opinion you can actually hear. Whether that's good news or not, I don't know. We'll find out together. Kind of a mixed bag there. And it's always good to visit with B.J. Anderson. She's the executive director of the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. We went and paid her a visit a couple of days ago. Their big gala, they do it every year about this time. This year it'll be on Saturday, October 25th, the single biggest fundraiser of the year for the Humane Society. Everybody's getting together at the Wenatchee Convention Center. The theme this year, it's a masquerade ball called the Enchanted Forest. Dress up, raise money for the Humane Society. We'll talk to BJ in the back half of the program, and the usual shenanigans apply. It's camera time, even though we're still quite a ways from sunrise. One of the nice things about these cameras, especially that's a 4K camera, by the way. It cost us $4,000. Nice thing about these cameras is you can actually lit in light. You can make it look brighter than it actually is, because sunrise isn't for till 7:23. But that's a pretty accurate shot of what we're looking at. Just a little bit of haze still where the Wenatchee meets the Columbia, and that's about it. We hit 59 yesterday. We're going to get about 59 today, just a couple of degrees below normal. Our second camera takes us up to the lower butte, so we can say good morning to Chelan. Hello, Chelan. 2 cameras on the Chelan Butte, one at the very tip top, and the other one is a little bit lower and a little bit closer to Chelan proper. Looks like most of Chelan is still sleeping. As a matter of fact, you can see the 3 Fingers, the marina, and beautiful downtown Chelan on this Friday morning. Nary a cloud to be had up there. Our third camera, it's 39 in Chelan, so that's probably why it's much colder in Chelan than it is in Wenatchee. They don't have any clouds. That's the Valley High camera on your way up Blewett Pass. Go Valley High. Of course, it's homecoming tonight for the Valley High football team. We want to wish you guys the best of luck. Still a little bit of haze there from the Labor Mountain fire. That's those headlights that you see down there. That's Blewett Pass. And I think that's the DOT shed right there that you can barely make out. Not 100% sure on that. And let's head on up to Billy Goat in Okanagan County, in Washington State, in the United States of America, in North America, on the planet Earth. Nice view there. Beautiful sunrise up there at Billy Goat. I can never get tired of that camera. That is just a stunning view. Hello, Pateras. Hello, Bridgeport, although we can't see you. Hello, Brewster. Hello, Canada. It's good to see you. All in all, the big weather story as we look at the outlook for the next 5 days is going to be Saturday night. Some much needed rain. Now, the snow level is going to go down, but not too much. It's going to be some warm air. It's going to go down to about 5,000 feet over the Cascades on Saturday night. So Washington Pass, if you're taking the North Cascades Highway, best of luck there, by the way. They may get a little bit of light snow. The snow level is going to be above Snoqualmie, above Stevens, above Blewett. There's some warm, moist air that's going to slide through. Basically Saturday evening, you're going to notice it by 9 or 10 o'clock on Saturday night. Could get some light rain. Most of the rain is expected to fall in the valley anyway, between about midnight to about 8 a.m. on Sunday morning. The big story today, going to be a little on the windy side as this weak front brings into the area. We're in the lee of the Cascades. It's going to pick up some momentum. The wind will as it goes through the canyons. That's why it's going to be a little breezy. Your 7-day forecast brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee. It's where comfort, care, and community come together. Breezy today, 62, so just a couple of degrees warmer than yesterday. We're off to a very mild start, obviously. 37 for the overnight low tonight. Winds will be dying down. Saturday morning, sunshine. Saturday afternoon, clouds. We'll get up to 56 degrees, and then rain likely on Saturday night. Chance of rain Saturday night is about 70%. I wish it was 100. We'll take 70. And again, the rain is expected between about midnight to about 8 o'clock or so, and then the sun will be back. It'll be breezy, by the way, most of the day on Sunday as this system goes through. This will be the tail end of the system. So when the rain is falling in Spokane, we're going to get wind, very windy, in fact, at times on Sunday. It dies down a little bit on Sunday night, and then we go right back to nice little October weather. Lots of sunshine, temperatures about normal, maybe a couple of raindrops come Wednesday. All in all, we have a little bit of everything. It's the weather smorgasbord, but none for me. I am working. We're going to take a 2-minute break and then do the news. You're watching a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular, family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. Warm up with one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. The Medicare annual enrollment period runs October 15th through December 7th, and this year brings important changes to Medicare and prescription drug costs. I offer no-cost plan reviews to help you compare benefits and be confident in your coverage for the year ahead. I've specialized in Medicare insurance for nearly a decade and would love to assist you. Call or visit me today at my office in Wenatchee.
You won't be voting for Congress or the presidency this year, but local elections are the place where your voice can make the most difference. Wenatchee Valley candidates are lining up to serve on city councils and school boards on both sides of the Columbia River. NCW Life put all of them in the hot seat so you can find the ones who represent you the best. Watch our interviews at these times and dates right here on our channel or anytime online at ncwlife.com. You're watching the NCW Live channel. Your vote matters to us.
48 degrees, very mild morning. Will be lower 60s today. Quite a bit of wind this afternoon. Dies down tonight. Significant rain comes our way Saturday evening, overnight Saturday into Sunday. Wind will be fairly prevalent, by the way, for the next 3 days or so. It's 9 minutes after the hour. 2 of the 12 men that were arrested during the nanny sting operation here in our area, 2 of those men have now been charged federally. One of those men is now on his way to federal prison. 31-year-old Timoteo Roque of Wenatchee was sentenced earlier this month to 10 years after pleading guilty to attempted online enticement of a minor. United States District Judge Thomas Rice also ordered Roque to serve the rest of his life on federal supervision once he gets out of prison. The net nanny operation, led by the Washington State Patrol, targeted suspects who responded to online solicitations for sex with minor victims. 2 men have been sentenced in Douglas County Court for their pleas in the sting. And another man, Raymond J. Sulak of Port Orchard, he is charged with possession of child pornography in United States District Court. His federal trial is scheduled for later this month. Fusion Energy Company
Helion has been granted a conditional use permit by...
Thanks, Grant. Fusion Energy Company Helion has been granted a conditional use permit by Chelan County to begin the next phase of developing the first ever fusion power plant in Malaga. The Ever-based company said in a press release the permit allows for the construction of a high-impact utility facility. Fusion is a nuclear process that creates energy by fusing atoms together rather than splitting them apart. The decision follows a public notice and comment period held by hearing examiner Andy Kotkamp, who evaluated input from concerned citizens who said the fusion process needs more study. In 2023, Helion announced an agreement that would provide electricity from the plant to Microsoft's nearby data center by the end of 2028. With this permit, the company says it is on track to meet that goal. The Court of Appeals, says a Grant County man has to undergo a new trial for his previous firearm conviction after the judge admitted evidence that could have prejudiced the jury. Juan Gabriel Zamora was convicted by a jury in late 2023 on charges of unlawful possession of a firearm and obstructing a police officer. To show Zamora was barred from possessing firearms, Judge Anna Gigliotti allowed jurors to see an unredacted court document from a prior criminal case which spelled out all 8 convictions on his criminal record. Well, the appellate court ruled yesterday that the document was likely to affect the jury's verdict, and they overturned Zamora's latest conviction. He gets to undergo a new trial in that case. Well, even as the threat from natural wildfires has all but done, prescribed burn operations in the Wenatchee-Okanagan National Forest are set to begin for the season. Prescribed fires are used to help reduce overgrown vegetation, to protect communities, infrastructure, and natural resources from wildfires. Burns can be expected throughout the fall at a number of locations throughout the forest, and areas may be closed to the public for safety. Weather evaluations will take place before prescribed burns begin, and county emergency management officials will be notified beforehand. Information about the prescribed burns can be found on the forest website and social media. Three Rivers Hospital CEO Scott Graham was awarded by the Washington State Hospital Association for his work in rural health care. Each year, the Joe Hopkins Memorial Award honors individuals who embody the leadership, dedication, and spirit of the award's namesake. A press release from the association says Graham has modeled servant leadership to support colleagues, communities, and healthcare systems in his 2 decades of work. He has previously chaired and still serves on the association's Rural Hospital Committee, including an extended term during the COVID-19 pandemic. Three Rivers Hospital is a 25-bed nonprofit medical center. It is located in Brewster, and they admit about 150 patients a year. Now, the Colville Confederated Tribes are about to finish their 5-year mission to reintroduce the Canada lynx to the northeast corner of the reservation. Last week, tribal wildlife managers released this lynx into the Kettle Range area. It's the 4th animal released under the program this year. Canada lynx once ranged all over northeast Washington, but were badly overtrapped, and they are now federally endangered. The tribes initiated the 5-year program in 2021. They wanted to catch 50 lynx north of the border and release them south of the border into the Kettle Mountains to reestablish a healthy population. They are tracked, by the way. They do have a GPS collars, and some have already begun breeding on reservation land. And that's what's going on this Friday. If you're interested in what's going on in our area, we have a newscast. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock on TV. Don't forget, we have football tonight. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff, Wildcats and Mavericks from Wildcat Stadium. And then after the game tonight, the 10 o'clock edition of the news. If you have a news tip, send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. And don't forget, we're now on Roku. We're now on that thing that you put in the back of your television set. Oh, the Amazon Fire Stick and other things. I don't know what we're on. Sports is next, a lot of it. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Listen, home upgrades can be expensive, but I've always had that DIY vision. Like controlling my thermostat remotely, or getting instant heat, and upgrading my insulation.
Some upgrades don't need a fresh perspective. With Chelam PUD rebates, it's easy to make energy-efficient upgrades that make your home more comfortable.
Works better when you turn that button on. It's 16 minutes after the hour in sports. Well, darn Mariners. Toronto has wrestled away home field advantage. Well, they had it. Now they really have it. Beat the Mariners again yesterday. Of course, Seattle won the first two games in Toronto, but Toronto has come back to win the next two at T-Mobile Park. And just like a couple of nights ago, the Mariners got on the board first. Home run, Josh Naylor. Then the Blue Jays came back 3 runs in the third. That was it for Louis Castillo. The final score, 8-2.
Here's a high fly ball, deep center field. Varsho to the track, Varsho to the wall. It's gone! Josh Naylor goes deep, and the Mariners are on the board first.
Well, left it up, and it was a question of whether or not this man was going to rob it. And just outside the glove. And another good start here at home for Seattle.
With a tie and run at second, nobody out. The 8th pitch, a high line drive to right field. Canzone's going back. It's gone again. It's Jimenez out of the 9th spot, sparking the Jays for the second night in a row. Lightning strikes twice. A jolt from an unlikely source. Gabe Spires, the new pitcher, on for Dalton Varsho. Spires payoff. Taken for ball 4. He's walked in a run, and it's 3-1 Blue Jays.
That's the tough spot about bringing in a guy with the bases loaded, not room for error, and you're hoping that he's going to be on right away.
Kiner-Falefa is in scoring position. Springer's up. Yanked to left field. That's headed for the corner. Extra bases for George Springer. Kiner-Falefa's in to score, and it's 4-1 Jays. In the dirt right here, Springer comes home, and it's 5-1. Everything going Toronto's way. Yeah, and the Mariners building something here with 2 gone. Punches a base hit the other way. Polanco heads for the plate. Barger's got a cannon. His throw goes to third in time, but the run scores.
Wow, you cannot get thrown out at third there.
Addison Barger, one of the strongest arms in baseball. He averages 96 miles per hour with his throws from the outfield. He cuts down Naylor at third, but a 2-out base hit from Suarez brings in Polanco to make it 5-2. Jays getting 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth. Guerrero drives the ball the other way. Canzone's going back. He's at the wall. It's gone! Vlad Jr. strikes again with his 5th home run of the postseason. Toronto takes the run right back. Sapped by injuries this year. Up the middle he goes. He's knocked in another. Straw retreated. Now he's going to head for the plate. Here comes the throw from Rodriguez. It's not in time. 2-run single for Andres Jimenez, and he's knocked in 4 of Toronto's 8. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Canzone. Here comes. That is strike 3. And this best of 7 has become a best of 3. The road team reigning supreme. The Blue Jays winning games 3 and 4 in Seattle after dropping the 2 in Toronto.
You would think the Mariner clubhouse after the game would be a little depressed, but that really wasn't the case.
Yeah, they're a pretty good team. They're a pretty good team, as we are too. They playing really good baseball. We are too. So it's a good matchup. And like I said, we just got to stay focused and come back tomorrow. We believe in each other here. We know what a special group we have. we support each other, and we know we've been to tough time before. Like I say, we believe in each other, and we're gonna come back.
Did a good job getting ahead and mixing when he had to. So yeah, I mean, obviously, ran ourselves off the bases a few times, so that one hurt a little bit, but just couldn't take advantage tonight. They got some hits, give them credit there. Left a few balls in the middle part of the plate, and they took advantage of. So, we knew it wasn't going to be easy. So it's just about, keeping a level head, understanding, don't get too high, don't get too low, and understand now it's a best of three. So, go out tomorrow, forget it, flush it, and come back ready to go.
Seattle only had 5 hits. 3 of those were by Josh Naylor. Game 5 this afternoon, 3:08 on FS1. Well, the Dodgers are still the Dodgers, the defending world champions. They are a win away now from sweeping the Brewers. They won last night 3-1. Game 4 of their National Championship Series is tonight at 5:38 on TBS. Seattle Kraken earned a point last night in Ottawa, but they lost in a shootout to the Senators. The final there was 4-3. Seattle got on board first on Shane Wright's first goal of the year. Ottawa countered that. The game went back and forth into overtime. Finally, in a shootout, John Forsland had the call on Kong TV.
Greg will take over. Marchment, a nice dangle. Mason Marchment this way. Montour shot, stopped the rebound. They score! Shane Wright picks up his first goal of the season. Back out through center. Spence, Pinto, Giroux right up the gut to the outside. The pass in front, Pinto. He scores! Shane Pinto. Kaliev takes over. Giroux pops from the wall, goes across, nice read, a shot, they score! Went off a stick right to David Perron. Along the boards now, it's played to the outside. Schwartz to the slot. Stevenson off the pipe, it's bar down! Chandler Stevenson with his first goal of the season. And with 15:20 left to go in the second period, the Kraken have tied it. He'll cradle, move it. Right on the money for Stevenson, who will stretch it out. Back for Montour. Chandler again. To the goal line, Everly. A walk and a power move. A stop the rebound. They score! It's Chandler Stevenson with his second goal tonight. There goes Omar. Stützle feeds it around. 6 skaters come out for Travis Green. Cousins a shot. He scores! Dylan Cousins. Tim Stützle is in the 2-hole for Travis Green. He's crafty. He has some sick moves. Let's see what he does here, and he scores. Takes a long route. He'll scan Omar, and Omar comes up big. Shane Pinto. Slowly in. No mistake. Ottawa wins the shootout.
Seattle continues the road trip tomorrow, by the way, in Toronto at 4 o'clock. So Seattle at Toronto over the weekend. You can insert your own joke here. All right, there are some good football matchups on TV this weekend for Northwest teams. The Huskies will be at Michigan tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, taking on the Wolverines. That'll be nationally televised on Fox. Cougars visit number 18 Virginia. That's a 3:30 kickoff on the CW network. Eastern Washington hosts Idaho on the red carpet at 4. You can watch that on ESPN Plus. I don't have it. Central Washington celebrates homecoming in Ellensburg tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Texas A&M Kingsville comes to town. Seahawks, they don't play until Monday night. They host the Houston Texans at Lumen Field. Late kickoff, 7 o'clock. It can be seen on ESPN and ABC. Rams are in London. They'll kick off Sunday morning at 6:30 our time on the NFL Network against Jacksonville. I'll be sleeping. Arizona is home against Green Bay, 1:25 on Fox. San Francisco will host Atlanta Sunday Night Football, 5:20 on NBC. It was a battle of top 5 ranked teams at Wenatchee High School last night. The Panthers are ranked 3rd in the 4A poll, and they hosted the 3rd-ranked Ellensburg Bulldogs, who were ranked in the 2A poll, obviously a non-league clash. And the Panthers swept the Bulldogs. Our own Eric Granstrom had the call right here on the NCW Life Channel.
Right hand from the right side. Back line it goes. Almost came over the net. Here's a kill by Riley Jones. Count it. A little deep. Boy, I thought that may have been too deep, but Ellensburg plays it. And a beautiful diving play getting down to the floor was Beckstead to keep it alive. Touch at the net on a block attempt by the Panthers. Need to get it across. They do. Defensive move there by Stickle. Bulldogs get it back across by Simmons. Barry on the back line. Here's a kill attempt. Came back and hit Riley Jones in the shoulder and then comes right back across and a point for Wenatchee. Nell with the service. Again, back line falling backwards was the return person. Kept it alive. Barry got it across the net. Here's a touch at the net by both teams at the same time. Here's a kill attempt by Wenatchee. Going to go out of bounds on the save attempt and dig by Stickle. And it will be a point to the Panthers. And Wenatchee wins the first set here tonight by a score of 25-21. Back line for Roseberry. Up front it comes. Cross court. They'll push it on the sets. And, oh, nice idea on the second hit here for Wenatchee. Barry with the dig. Kill. Block. Oh, Barry got it alive again. Here they just punch it over the nets. What a volley for this point. Kill off of Riley Jones and will be a point for Wenatchee. 24-14. Deep. Oh, they try to go after it. Musser can't compete, and it will be a point to Wenatchee, and the Panthers take the second set here, 25-14. Jones with the right hand from the left side, and she will serve it to Simmons. Roseberry back to Simmons. Nice diving play by Jones. Panthers get it back across. Good scramble. Here's a kill attempt cross court. Jones again down to a knee. Cross court again. Wenatchee. What a volley we have here in this particular point. Splits the defense, hits a Panther and goes to the floor off of the kill by Simmons. Point to Ellensburg. Emma Beckstead comes in for the serve for Wenatchee. Back line to Musser. Up front it goes, and a nice job trying to find a hole in the pond. But Wenatchee right there with the counter. Here's another set. Kill it at the net, blocked by Wenatchee as Riley Jones got after it. Here's a diving play by the Panthers and a block, and the block falls on the Ellensburg side. Point to Wenatchee. Journey approaches. Serve, good one. Musser just trying to defend it here. They get it cross court. Wenatchee scrambling. Barry keeps it alive. Here's a kill attempt, and it's in for a point for Wenatchee as the final point tonight for Demersion. And the Wenatchee Panthers impressively sweep aside the Ellensburg Bulldogs. I know you expected them to come in and really give you guys a challenge. You took care of business tonight.
Yes. We didn't do much like preparing on the team whatsoever. We knew that they were going to be good, and we were just going to play our game.
It's kind of your focus all along, right? I mean, it's more about what you guys do.
Mm-hmm. Yes, 100%. We don't watch a lot on other teams just because we like just going into it and playing our game and trying our best.
I was looking at their lineup. I mean, they're 6'2", they're 5'11", they're 5'10". That's a little taller than you guys. So not a preparation for when you face a team like that that's probably going to have hands up in your face when you're at the net?
We do a lot of like hitting around the block training and just like swinging hard and making sure to cover each other, even if just because we know there's going to be a big block.
Congratulations to the Panthers. They roll right along. Other volleyball scores from last night look something like this. Eastmont traveled to Sunnyside, came away with a 25-19, 16, and 11 sweep. Moses Lake swept West Valley 25-12, 23, and 20. Silas shut out Quincy. Othello got by Ephrata 3-2. Cashmere swept Natchez Valley. Chelan got by Okanagan. Manson swept Brewster. Lake Roosevelt beat Bridgeport. Elmira, Cooley, Heartline, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young beat Waterville, Mansfield, Seals, and Crofts. And Garden City Academy swept Thorpe. Coming up tomorrow, Chelan will host Cascade Christian at 10 o'clock, and then Colfax at noon. That's right, 2 volleyball games in 2 hours. Eastmont is out at Cashmere at 12:30. Waterville, Mansfield will host Oroville. Brewster is at Wilbur, Creston, Keller. Wenatchee will host Meade at 1:30. Battle of the Panthers there. Mansfield will host Colfax at 2, and then Cascade Christian at 4. Okanagan welcomes Clay Elum at 2:30. Moses Lake Christian will take on Cascade Christian at 7. Prep girls soccer scoreboard. To the pitch we go. Quincy shut out Chelan. Natchez surprised Cashmere 5-0 in in Kashmir. Bridgeport beat Orville. Okanagan topped Tonasket. Lake Roosevelt edged Pateros, and Liberty Bell blanked Manson 4-0. That's what happened. Here's what's scheduled. One soccer game tonight. Tonasket will host Adna at 4 o'clock. The rest are on Saturday. With Cascade and Bridgeport at 11 a.m., Shalem will host Omak. Prosser visits Ephrata at noon. Brewster will host Adna. West Valley plays at Moses Lake at 1 o'clock. Eastmont will host Sunnyside. Wapato will visit Kashmir, and Cle Elum travels to Okanagan. Well, it's the battle for the top spot in the Big Nine. Wildcat Stadium tonight, Eastmont hosting Moses Lake. Eric and Grant will have the call. Pre-game 6:30, kickoff at 7. The Mavericks are undefeated this season. They're averaging 53 points a game. Eastmont coach Jay Foster said, if we give up 53 points tonight, we're probably not going to win.
We're not going to pitch a shutout against Moses Lake. I'd love to think we're going to, but I'm not sure that's realistic. Just like we're not going to outscore them 70-69. That's not going to happen either. So, you know, we have to make it our football game, just like they have to make it their football game in order for, you know, each team to be successful.
Jacoby Morado is a inside linebacker. He's good. He told our very own Eric Granstrom, the key is to limit the Mavericks quarterbacks available to make the big play.
What do you think the big difference is between last year and this year to make a difference?
I think we're definitely better prepared, like all week long, film for longer, and I think we have them more figured out this year for sure.
I know Brady J is a good player. I mean, the guy throws a lot. He's able to move around a lot and find receivers and stuff. How do you keep that guy pinned in?
So we're going to try to pressure him for sure, but just we've seen a couple weaknesses we can hopefully pick apart, but we'll see.
Eastmont Moses Lake, 7 o'clock kickoff right here on the NCW Life channel, but we always encourage people
we haven't had a winning season
to go
since
to the
2019.
Game. Tucker really wants to play that next cut from Coach Mitchell. But first, I have to read this. Wenatchee will try to make it 2 wins in a row tonight. They're at Davis. The Pirates are just 1-5 this season. They won their first game. They haven't won since. Panther coach Taylor Mitchell, as you saw briefly, says Wenatchee has a ton to play for.
We haven't had a winning season since 2019. We haven't beat Sunnyside since 2019. We'd only beat West Valley once since 2019. So, you know, that's the first check off, right? You know, beat West Valley. We win tomorrow night. It's going to be the second time we've gone to the playoffs since 2019. And then we focus after tomorrow night on Sunnyside, and that's when we can clinch a winning record for the regular season. We can finish in 3rd place in our league, the highest finish we've had so far. So my message to the kids was we have so much that the senior class can really leave their legacy. There's so much left on the bone for these kids and this team really. And so, you know, it's 1 week at a time. Let's go down to Davis and take care of business tomorrow night.
Senior linebacker Luke Flugie says he and his teammates are trying not to be too cocky.
I don't want to be overconfident or cocky. I think.
Well, on paper, I mean, they've lost 5 in a row.
They've lost
having their problems.
People we've beat. They have. I would say, as an O lineman, I haven't seen anything super competitive or scary looking. I'm excited for the game. That's for sure.
Wenatchee and Davis kick off at 7 o'clock, and the other Big 9 game has West Valley hosting Eisenhower. All right, Kashmir, they're on the road at Connell in South Central Athletic Conference football. Royal is hosting Wahluke. Wapato visits Kiona Benton. Natchez Valley will host College Place. Ellensburg visits Zilla. Fred and Quincy are both at home tonight in the Basin. The Tigers will be hosting Toppenish, and about a few miles down the road, the Jackrabbits will welcome the Greyhounds of Grandview to town. Sealer will visit East Valley. Prosser will host Othello. Caribou Trail League, again, still not a lot of league games. Omak and Chelan is a league game, but Medical Lake and Cascade is not. Central Washington B football. There was a game last night, by the way. Moses Lake took care of Pateros, 52-0. Tonight's schedule: Liberty Bell at Lake Roosevelt, Bridgeport hosts Hope Lake, Okanagan will visit Brewster, Tonasket takes on Manson, and Antioch visits Waterville. Mansfield and the Wenatchee Wild look to earn their 2nd win of the young WHL season over the weekend. They will be in Vancouver tonight against the Giants at 7 o'clock. Then they head further south. They'll take on Seattle tomorrow night at 6:05. Ironically enough, neither Vancouver or Seattle play in Vancouver or Seattle. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at 34 minutes after the hour. Happy National Pasta Day. Today, National Pasta Day. Ooh, that looks good. We've done other pastas. We've done, you know, National Spaghetti Day and stuff like that. Of course, we associate pasta with Italy. It's Asian. actually traced back to Asia thousands of years ago. And they did it because they realized by making pasta, wheat can last a lot longer. Good thinking. And then the Italians kind of perfected it, and then we've had it ever since. We eat a lot of pasta, but nothing like Italians. We eat about 20 pounds of pasta per person per year here in the United States. Italians eat about 60 pounds of pasta per person per year. The difference is we usually eat our pasta in really big servings, and Italians eat a lot more of it in much smaller servings. And the top 5 pastas: linguine, macaroni, fettuccine, spaghetti, and, well, I forgot the other one. Every time we talk about pasta, I get hungry. It's 35 minutes after the hour. Today in history. If you're going to drown in a flood, it might as well be beer. That's the way I see it. And on this date in 1814 in London, 8 people drowned in the Great London Beer Flood of 1814. There was a 22-foot tall wooden vat full of beer. It busted open. The pressure of the escaping liquid caused the other vats nearby to fall over. Soon all the vats fell over. It went all the way up to the very top of the back wall of the brewery. The wall fell over. The beer came out. 8 people drowned in a 15-foot tall wave of beer. Too bad they couldn't drink it down to like 7 feet. Maybe they would have lived. That was on this date in 211 years ago today. The 1974 World Series came to an end on this date in 1974, 51 years ago today. Oakland defeats the Dodgers to win this series in 5 games. The Oakland Athletics and the New York Yankees are the only teams in the history of Major League Baseball to win 3 consecutive World Series, which is remarkable because the World Series goes back to 1903. But even more remarkable, the final scores of the 5 games of the 1974 World Series. The final scores were 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, 5-2, and 3-2. A's make it 3 in a row. This is the anniversary of the earthquake. A lot of us watched live on television. I did. Just got back from work in 1989, sat down, cracked a cold one, ready to watch the Giants and the A's play a little baseball, and the quake hit. It became known as the World Series quake. 4 minutes after 5 o'clock, the earthquake hit the San Francisco Bay Area. They were lucky in any number of respects. This was in the Bay Area. Both teams in the World Series played in the Bay Area, so all of the major freeways and transportation hubs were very much deserted because people wanted to either get to the game or get to their watering hole or home so they could watch the game, because a lot of the infrastructure in the San Francisco Bay Area collapsed. They had massive catastrophic failures. But if that wasn't the case, they figure a lot more people would have died. The World Series was postponed for 10 days. They eventually got it going again, and the A's won in 4 straight. But I remember watching that live on TV saying, what's going on here? And 33 years ago today, they went to the wrong house. Yasuhiro Hattori was a Japanese exchange student. He was staying with the Haymakers in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Webb Haymaker, his buddy. And Yasuhiro Hattori went to a Halloween party, but they went to the wrong house. They were in costume. They rang the wrong doorbell. The property owner, Roddy Perez, thinking that they were trespassing with criminal intent because they saw these 2 teenagers in costumes running around his house, shot and killed Yasuhiro Hattori. The Baton Rouge Police Department questioned him, then they let him go. They said he was within his legal rights to shoot a trespasser because he thought he was in danger. There was, needless to say, outcry not only in Japan but in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So he went on trial for manslaughter and was acquitted. Let's do some birthdays. Or do you want to do Alpine Air first? Let's do birthdays. Don Coryell, who has connections here to the Pacific Northwest. He invented the I formation, the football formation, while the head coach at Wenatchee Valley College. He was born 101 years ago. He's in the Hall of Fame, Don Coryell, Air Coryell. The Singing Nun, Born in this state in 1933. She passed away at the age of 51 in 1985. She had the big hit, Dominique, in 1983. Evel Knievel, born in this state in 1938. He, of course, has Northwest connections. There's Evel Knievel. We lost Evel a number of years ago. He was connections to the Columbia Basin, afraid of Moses Lake. Gary Puckett, lead singer of Gary Puckett and the Union Gap, born in Hibbing, Minnesota, the hometown of Bob Dylan, is 83 years old today. We miss Norm Macdonald. There's Norm. 50. We lost Norm way too early. Very funny guy. And the man who created Beavis and Butthead and then King of the Hill, Mike Judge, is 63 years old today. And of course, he is the voice of Hank Hill. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. I think they're still our platinum sponsor. I hope they're not watching. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Mike McNally's got an opinion you've never seen because we've never aired it before. And then I had a great conversation with B.J. Anderson from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society about their big annual gala, which is 1 week from tomorrow. B.J., my guest, when we come back. I hope you're still watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Hand off to Zielinski around the right side. Got away from one man, got away from two.
High School Sports is back this fall on the NCW Live channel. Watch Eastmont, Wenatchee, and Cashmere games right here. Sponsored in part by our platinum supporter Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Biosports Physical Therapy, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, and Valley Tractor. Watch high school sports all fall right here on your local TV station, the NCW Live channel.
I've had it.
We really need to get this resolved.
Conflict's tough. With Columbia Basin Dispute Resolution Center's help, we don't have to do this alone.
Who are they?
They're mediators who help people work through conflicts within the workplace, families, and even neighbors.
Are they confidential and affordable?
Yes, they're a nonprofit and all their fees are based on a sliding scale.
Okay, that's great. Let's give them a call now.
Find peace of mind with the Columbia Basin Dispute Resolution Center. Call today.
Welcome to Bliss. Population U. Not the you that wakes up every day wondering if you've gotten everything right, or the you that has to power through whatever comes your way. This is the you that appreciates the warmth of a good coat and the fit of a purposeful boot. The you that is soothed by new life or scratching an old dog's ears. At Coastal, we want to be your partner in finding your bliss. Whether that's teaching you about keeping chickens, warming your home, or raising a well-built fence, we are hopeful and helpful because we're about this community. The one you know, with the dusty boots, a friendly porch, and neighbors that show up when you need a hand. So when you're looking for a place called Bliss, trust Coastal to help you find the way. Your country lifestyle superstore. Coastal. We're just what the country needs.
Hey, this is Mad Dog McNally, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. While fascism can be difficult to define precisely, scholars generally agree that there are 5 core principles that characterize fascist movements. These exclude extreme nationalism, which is prioritizing the nation above all else, and creating a scapegoat enemy, such as immigrants. Second, authoritarianism, an autocratic government led by a dictatorial leader. Third, then there's militarism, using the military to intimidate and suppress political opponents. Fourth, totalitarianism, seeking total control over all aspects of society, not just politics, as expressed in the heretical doctrine of the Christian nationalist movements of the Seven Mountains Mandate. And lastly, subordination of individual interests to the state by rejection of individual rights such as free speech. Does any of this sound familiar? This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Whether you're building from the ground up or transforming your space with a custom remodel, One Way Construction is your trusted partner in creating a home that's uniquely yours. Your dream home is just a call away. Schedule your free consultation and let's build something amazing together.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing at your local Cub Cadet dealer today.
Scare Crazy in Cashmere. It's a spooktacular good time all month long in Cashmere. Scarecrows will be waiting for you throughout the town. Silly ones, spooky ones, and everything in between. Yeah, it's Scare Crazy in Cashmere. Bring the family and find the scarecrows all around Cashmere, and be sure to thank these fine sponsors. Get coverage you can trust from Bruce Cheadle, your State Farm agent. Doan's Valley Pharmacy in the heart of downtown Cashmere. Enjoy a treat at their old-fashioned soda fountain.
Congratulations, viewers. Plans for Saturday, October 25th are now made. You're going to be helping out our good friend B.J. Anderson and the wonderful people at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. It's their annual fundraiser, the big fundraiser. They do it every year about this time. The theme this year is Enchanted Forest. And not only did B.J. Anderson come up with this idea, she took it with her from Oregon. It's good to see you again, first of all.
Good to see you, Dan.
Let's get caught up. How's biz? I haven't seen you for a while.
It's going great. Since we talked last, we now have a veterinarian and licensed vet techs on staff, so our surgery schedule is packed. We're doing a lot more services for the public, and things are going really well with the staff, and I love being out in the community. I've met amazing people here.
This has been a really good marriage, the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society and you. And your family being here. It's worked. I haven't heard anybody who said, BJ ain't working out. They're all going, she's fantastic. We should have stole her years ago, which is true. So things are busy. There's always cats and dogs coming in and hopefully going out.
Yep.
That ratio staying about the same?
Yeah, we're doing great. We got, there were a couple months this summer where we were just packed and really full, but the community stepped up and adopted, and we've still got some long stay dogs. Pepe.
BJ brought up something before we rolled tape, and I think it's important we need to mention this again. If your dog or cat, all of a sudden, you can't find it, it ran away, you could save yourself a lot of time and perhaps a lot of headaches, certainly for BJ's staff, by doing what? Going right to your page.
Yep. So I like to tell people, like, if your dog or your cat is missing, you don't have to come down here. Our counties are huge. It can take you over an hour to get here. We get it. Like, the chance of finding your pet, you don't have to leave the house. You just open your phone, open your computer, go to our Lost Pet page. It's right on our website, and you can see every animal that we bring in that comes in as a stray. Their picture goes up within 24 hours of receiving them, and generally within hours of them coming to us. So you just look there and see if it's there. Now, I understand if you have a black cat, you might have to come down to tell the difference between the 4 black cats. But it doesn't take any time at all, and we really don't want people to wait.
It's very important, and of course, obviously, if your dog or cat is chipped, that simplifies things immediately.
Yes,
it's a quick wand, and this belongs to the Smiths on.
As long as your chip is current and updated to your information.
That's important as well. Yeah, I can't forget about that. And for you folks who live in certain municipalities, you got to get a license too.
Yes, you do.
It's a friendly reminder there. Some people just blow that off, but that is enforced.
And we're back on track with Cashmere now, so all the Cashmere residents can come in and get their dogs licensed.
Good. Let's talk about the 25th. This is something that you did during your previous gig, and one of the things that has to be done with these annual fundraiser dinners, these auctions and banquets, is to keep things fresh and new and exciting, because you're always going to get the same 200 or so people who are going to come every year regardless, because they just love this organization. And then there's the people who want to help out, maybe have never done this before. So you brought this Enchanted Forest with you from Oregon. Seems to have worked out pretty good. So talk about Saturday the 25th.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a really fun time. I think that having an adult costume party is going to be a new thing, and I think maybe bring in some different people. Who doesn't love a chance to dress up? Think about Mardi Gras or Venetian ball. This is an opportunity to be that, to be the fairy queen or the knight in shining armor or SpongeBob. Actually, it can be anything you want.
So it's a costume party. You don't have to wear a costume. Some people just aren't very comfortable with it, but it puts you in the spirit.
It's really fun, and whether you wear a costume or not. My experience at the former shelter, where every year we had a different theme, but it was a costume party the week before Halloween. The creativity that you see in people and putting together the costumes, it just gets better and better every year.
It's a program. Doors open at 5:30. Bring your checkbook, bring your credit card. Libations will be served. Everything's going to be served. Walk me through from 5:30 until the cops come and tell everybody they have to go home because you're making too much noise.
Yeah, so you'll come in. We're planning to have that be just a magical sort of entrance to our enchanted forest. You'll get a chance to mingle, have some champagne or beer or wine or cider or whatever you might like libation-wise. Check out all the live auction packages. We have a lot of really generous and fantastic donations from the community. Items you can bid on, and then there'll be a fantastic buffet dinner. You can go through that, and as soon as you finish, well, probably before you finish eating, we'll be starting a live auction, and then there's also going to be music and a dance floor, so an opportunity to show off those costumes on a twirl.
And some chance to check out some of the new rooms at the constantly being renovated Wenatchee Convention Center. We're getting close to that. The Wenatchee Convention Center is really up their game when it comes to food service and stuff like that. They're good, which is one of the reasons that everybody wants to have their event at the convention center. It kind of works out. You're going to have some four-legged friends pay us a visit?
We probably have some greeters at the door. I don't know that we'll have any indoors because food service and pets don't always go together. But we'll have some greeters at the door for sure.
What's the challenge of coming up with? I mean, you brought this with you. Does that mean you're going to do it again next year if it works out really well, or you can say, well, we got to do something different again?
I think for sure we'll be getting feedback from the public about how they like it, what they think of it this year. But I love the idea of a costume party. You can change the theme every year to make it different, and it gives us an opportunity to be different.
When you were at your previous job, was there the equivalent of a Steve and Jane Baldock where you were as opposed to now? Because I've never met two people who are more committed than the Baldocks at Cascade Auto Center to your organization.
Interesting that you bring that up because we had a fantastic relationship with our Subaru dealer in Salem, and I am constantly, it was Capital Subaru, and now I've learned Cascade Subaru. So I love the partnership. It was fantastic for us in Salem, and it's amazing for us here in Wenatchee as well.
They're the title sponsor. I don't even know where to begin with the list of sponsorships. This is insane. Mike Trust Real Estate, People's Bank, J. Kramer & Associates, Lower Mountain Real Estate and Company. You got some heavy hitters here.
We do.
And these people are not the loosest with the checkbook sometimes, but when it comes to you guys, you seem to have a soft touch.
I hope so. When I started here just about a year ago, I said we just need to do what we say we're going to do, and we're doing what we said we're going to do. We're serving the community, we're meeting the needs, and our sponsors are appreciative of that.
Biggest cliche in the business: tickets are limited, but we mean that because they got to figure out how much food to make.
Oh,
and
we've
all that
already
stuff.
got 175 tickets out of 250, so get your tickets now. It's going to be a sellout.
You can get your tickets by going to your website, I believe. You're going to get a lot of fun. Bring your checkbook. Live auction or just silent auction?
Both.
Both. Who's your auctioneer?
Oh, good question.
I can't do it. I'm not licensed. You actually have to have a license to be an auctioneer here in town. And a splendid time will be had by all.
Absolutely.
And again, this is the single biggest fundraiser of the year for you guys. So, as we transition from summer to autumn, believe me, it's autumn. Just general things that change around here at the Humane Society. We'll close with that. As the days get colder and shorter, how does that affect what you guys do here?
Yeah, we'll be changing up how we handle the stray cats as they come in. Our policy all year long is when a healthy, friendly stray cat comes into us, it probably wasn't lost, it probably was home. already. And so we've been putting those, we call it return to home. We make sure that they're healthy, and we put them back where they were found, and somebody's probably looking for that cat. So we're coming into the winter months and the cold. I don't want to put cats back out in the community when it's snowy and icy, but I also don't want to take cats away from the home. So what we really want to drive hard on is when your cat doesn't come home, don't wait 2 weeks. Just the next day, stay on your couch, stay in your PJs, watch the wood fire, open up your phone and see if your cat might have shown up at the Humane Society. That's the easiest way. Then you can call us, you can come down and check out and make sure you get your cat back home.
And I can tell you from personal experience that the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, when you decide it's time to bring in a pet, to expand our family, to bring in a pet to a loving home, they are absolutely outstanding at finding the right pet for the right home. You are absolute experts on that, because the last thing you want to do is have somebody adopt a dog or a cat and bring it back a week later saying it's not working out. You don't want to do that, but the folks who do that stuff, you're experts there who understand the behavior of animals and how they interact with each other. They're so good.
They're good, and now we've got doggy dates. So you can actually try out a dog before you commit to an adoption. We love that program, and so does the community. It's just, come on down during open hours and check out a dog for an hour or 2 or 4, and maybe it's the one you adopt, or maybe you just get your dog fix.
Good point. Yeah, we have enough dogs and cats. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. BJ, have fun on Saturday the 24th. Get your tickets, folks.
Saturday the 25th.
That's what I said, Saturday the 25th. Get your tickets. If you show up at the Wenatchee Convention Center on the 24th, you're going to have to wait a little while. It's good to see you.
It's great to see you,
Keep
Dan.
up the good
Thanks
work.
for coming.
You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
It doesn't matter if it's a cold day or a hot day. Either way, it's a work day. And what defines a work day isn't the weather, but what gets done. An industry leader in climate control, the Ranger XP 1000 North Star puts your comfort in your hands, helping you manage any condition and tackle the task at hand, even if the task at hand isn't work at all.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units. 48 degrees here in the big city. I mentioned before when I got up this morning at 3 o'clock, and yes, I get up at 3 o'clock Monday through Friday, but not on Saturdays. It was 56 degrees because we still had quite a bit of cloud cover from yesterday afternoon. Beautiful shot of Billy Goat Mountain, Alta Lake down there at the bottom of your screen. Last few weeks of golfing, I am assuming. Going to have a weak front roll in today. It's a beautiful morning, but it's going to be a little breezy this afternoon and tonight. No real wind today for the most part. Most of the wind will be in the late afternoon to the evening hours tonight. And then things get pretty darn interesting Saturday night and Sunday. We need a rain. We're in year 3 of a drought, and we're finally going to get some rain. If you're going to the ball game tonight, be prepared for a little bit of wind, and it's going to be a little chilly too. Moses Lake and Eastmont, this is going to be a big one. We'll have the call. 6:30 airtime, 7 o'clock kickoff with the handsome and talented Grant Olson and the even more handsome and more talented Eric Granstrom with the call. There's a quick look at your 5-day outlook. Again, the big weather event is going to be on Saturday night as a pretty strong system brings in widespread rain to the lower elevations and snow to the upper elevations. elevations, but I mean the really upper elevations, 5,000 feet and above. And it's still going to be breezy. It's going to be breezy actually most of the weekend. Breezy today, especially this afternoon, pretty mild. Lots of sunshine. We'll top off at about 62 degrees, 37 for the overnight low tonight, so it's going to be chilly again. No cloud cover. Most of Saturday will be sunny. By the time we get to mid-afternoon, it'll be cloudy. And by the time we get to sunset, we're talking about a little bit of rain on Saturday night. 70% chance of rain between about midnight to about 8 a.m. It tapers off on Sunday, and then the wind comes up. It's going to be very windy, by the way, on Sunday as well as the system exits the area. And that is about it for us. Have a good and safe weekend. See you Monday. Bye-bye.